So there are three ways I figured out for you to build a very great product. And the first one is that you don't want to be overly obsessed with design, aesthetics, and all of those shabash. While they are good, I think the first thing you have to be aware of is the speed. Are you getting the right speed at deployment, the speed to the market, your speed for go to market, the speed at which your product is it works. The speed. You want to check callback time. You want to check the speed at which you receive complaint and revert. It's so important. So you are not just, I'll get to the last two, but I think this is the most important thing even before we start talking about design and all of that. So a backstory. So I was a senior marketing manager at a company that was deploying a product, and after we've deployed the product, feedbacks begin to come in from our clients, the market basically, and there were a lot of feedbacks that we were not expecting. And so because it was a hardware for kind of product, the company couldn't go back and establish or redesign the product. So they just basically, okay, maybe we are going to do a 2.0 of that product, but we still have to sell out all of this. And so that brings me to why I'm giving you the secrets to launching a great product. I said the first one is you have to watch out for the speed of your product, the speed of the deployment of your product, the speed at which you get to market ahead of your competitors, the speed, if it's a gadget, if it's a software, if it's an app, the speed has to be top notch. Once you get your speed right, the speed to which you take complaint feedbacks and you redeploy, it's very important. Make sure that your speed is gotten right. All right. So the second thing is you don't just want to be obsessed, emotionally invested in your MVP. So don't just build an MVP. Instead, build a minimum evolvable product. And what you are doing by building a minimum evolvable product is that as the feedbacks are coming in, it is something you can iterate on the go. It is something you can afford to add changes. It is something that you can afford to remove this, add this, take the feedbacks. Is this too overly used? Is something too overly sensitive? And all of these are going to give you a form of feedback that the market is going to give you all of this feedback that you want to evolve as you go. And that brings us to the last thing, which is make sure you have a paying customer instead of just user testing it here and there. And the reason for that is because I would rather have, as a person, I would rather have a user base that is angry, giving me feedback based on their pains and original use and all of that, rather than just having fans around it. I believe, like I shared a while ago, that it is better for me if I'm designing a product to have 1,000 believers, which is actually a viable demand, than just having a very large audience who do not use my actual product. So you want to have, even if there are 10 believers in your product and all of that, instead of just looking at a larger market size. So you want to start from there, have a paying client. The feedback, the feedback, the kind of feedback that your paying clients are going to give you, because of the rawness and the truth they are bringing, the anger they are feeling, the pain points, they help you to develop along the line new features. You want to call back some form of your designs and all of that. And so I think this is how great products are built. And if you combine these three things together, your speed, time, a minimum evolvable product, and a paying client, no matter how small the sample size of that market is, I think you've gotten yourself a very good product. By the way, cheers.